Cheers, UD family, it's your princess, and yes, I did it. I migrated to EIS. In this video, I want to cover my migration reasons and all the details how a migration process works. Stay tuned. Welcome to my new video where I want to talk with you about my thought process about the migration, what were the steps, what was going on the last 2 days for me, how I made my decision, and also what it means when you migrate from a Generation 2 server to a Generation 1 server. Also, I want to show you a little bit the details, what the migration process will be if you're going on for that. So stuck around with me here and have some fun. And if you like my content, make sure you subscribe to my channel, Princess TV, and turn on the bell notification that you don't miss out when I post a new video or live stream. So let's go into the details. It was 2 days ago when I logged into the game and I saw we can migrate to a Generation 1 server. There were a lot of rumors, a lot of guessing, a lot of content out how it will be, and it was expected that the possibility will be there. I was a little bit surprised because as me for a Generation 2 server, we had one day the home realm, then we were sent to the KVK. So I was basically in the middle of a KVK. We find it Zone 2, Zone 3, Zone 4, and we had 20 days left on our season. So it was for me a little bit confusing why they don't make the migration progress for us when a season ends. Because going in the middle of a season, leave your alliance, that is all a little bit, in my opinion, not the right way. I would have really appreciated play with my HP team this season till the end, call it a season, make my decision up, and then just go to a Generation 1 server. But it is what it is, and sometimes you get the chances, and then you have to make a fast decision. We also didn't know how long the migration window will be because we expected that it ends last reset, that you can't migrate anymore. But now, when you look here on the timeline, you can see it really good. We thought at a migration point, at last reset, it will end that you can migrate, or maybe expected that. But it looks like when you didn't make the registration till the matchmaking, you have still time to recruit and to migrate to other servers. So for me, that was really such a chaotic, exciting, hectic day because we had for me, a little bit surprising, very fast the opportunity to join a big alliance. And to my story, I'm playing Call of Dragons for almost a year, and I always watched the big ones. Yes, I was the one who was looking for all the YouTube content about the Generation 1 servers. They are powerful, they are active, they build up good leaderships, and it was always for me a little bit like a fan moment. You look at them and see what big battles they have ongoing. And I don't mean that you don't have on Generation 2, 3, and later, that you don't have fun over there. Don't get me wrong. It is always exciting to have good battles, and good match alliances are coming up from the other generations too. But for me, I did a lot of research already. So because as a YouTuber, for sure, I watched before what is out. So I saw some interviews from different leaders. I looked a lot around what is showed from other alliances, how they play and whatever. And 2 days ago, I had different possibilities which Generation 1 servers I can go. And for me, it was like, you have to find an alliance what suits to you. That is my best advice in that game. You have to look out for people who have the same vibes like you, who have the same passion like you. And I think there are different kind of leaderships out there. And there is no better or worse or something like that, or right or wrong. It's just you have to see what suits to your playstyle, how you want to play the game, how active you want to be, etc. So, and for me, I mean, I had a long talk with Doc. He answered my questions. He was pretty cool. Um, and I always was a fan of EIS when I watched them earlier. And so for me, it was like at that day I had to make that fast decision where I want to go, and it was just for me like I will listen to my feeling. I will listen what I feel in the moment, what my feeling tells me where I want to go. And it was for me like I got some friends with me over to EIS, and we were talking and we were all like, okay, it's EIS. We can't even explain it, but it is EIS. So when this decision was made, everything had going fast over. So it was for me, I would have really wished that it was at the end of the season. You can talk to everyone before and etc. And I can just say I had a voice chat with the leader of HP, iMagic, and big thanks to you. We had such a good talk. I appreciate you as leader, and I appreciate you even more as person. It was lovely to talk to him. It was lovely to play with him, and I miss the HP fam. Still, a lot of friends of me are there, especially friends who I know from season 1, season 2. So I will miss them like crazy. And not everyone can make the conditions of such a big alliance. Yes, there are really conditions what you have to play here competitive, especially because they are 1.5 seasons ahead of us, because they had already played 1 season more. And after we had to leave the KVK in the middle of the season, we miss out another half of a season. What basically means, and that you have to consider when you migrate from a Generation 2 server to a Generation 1 server. You miss out 2 strongest slot events, 2 wheels, 2 Forge of Light events, you miss out the artifact compendium, etc., etc. So in what hero and artifact means, that is really different. So you have to make your thoughts up if you want to go into that challenge. And for me, it is like, sure, it's a challenge, and I have probably to change my playstyle a little bit because I am used on playing against alliances who has, around 50 or higher percent still T4 players. In future, with these numbers, I can show you a little bit how our server looks right now. Here you can see the server power. So we will be faced other big servers. So I will just look, I have the T5 unlocked and I have a lot of saved up. So I have to calculate when I do my pushes, how I want to play. And I think that's a personal challenge for me too. I am not afraid. And the opposite is the case. I am excited. I like to go wild. And who know me for a long time knows that I'm a super competitive player, that I'm a super active player, that I love this game. I like to play wars. I like to go wild. So EIS seemed for me the best choice, and I'm so happy that I'm here. I mean, after me and my friends came here, it was like they welcomed us so warmly. They are active. The Alliance chat is ongoing the whole day. Their Discord server, they are hanging around in voice chat. Even if they are on the home realm, there are always people hanging around in voice chat. And everyone is so welcoming. And what also impressed me so much, it is just such an established leadership. They are organized so well. It's for me, that's my paradise because I love it organized, yes. I want to just be a player, have a good organization, have an active leadership team, and EIS is perfect in that. And then you have a leader with Dark. He has the passion. He has the vibes. We talked a long time together too. And it convinced me to follow this leader in my future. And I'm so happy I'm here. I'm hyped. I'm excited what will come to me in the upcoming first season of Strive. So it is a lot of going on, and it was a lot of emotional the last 2 days just because I didn't expect it so fast. Was kind of a little bit overwhelming too to get that all sorted out because you had not much time to plan everything out. And I had a lot of DMs and but I'm thankful so much. I got so many nice and lovely DMs on people who wish me the best, who are happy with me, who wish me the best for my journey. And In Germany, we say, when you leave, sometimes you leave with a laughing eye and a crying eye. So the laughing eye is for me, I come to one of the most competitive and biggest alliances. EIS, that's what was always for me kind of a dream. And the crying eyes on the other side, for sure. You leave some friends, you cannot play with them in an alliance anymore. So that is a little bit, for sure, you miss that people, yes, because you are used to play together, to talk stuff in the alliance chat, etc. And the crying eye also to go in the middle of a season, kind of leave your team there in the middle of a KVK. That, I think that is something the devs have to consider. That didn't give me a good feeling too. I would have at least appreciated I could play till the end. But let's go a little bit into the migration details that you can see it. So when you consider to migrate from a generation 2 to a generation 1 server, you have really to consider that you lose out all the season rewards what are left on your KVK. So that is a big thing you have to think, because hero and artifacts are really the game changer in this game, in my opinion. I mean, yes, power matters and troop counts, but the heroes and artifact is what you need in a good shape to be a successful player. And I know I have to catch up a little bit here, but for me, it was also that challenge what I said, okay, now or never, I go for it, and I will see how I will handle that. But you have to consider that this happens. And I will show you when you zoom out a little bit and go here into this one. You see here the pre-war servers. That is where we can migrate. And you also see here in rules how the migration works. Here is exactly explained the server phases, how they are, what possibilities you have, because you cannot from a generation 2 server jump into a completely new server, because you would be totally overpowered. So there are some restrictions who are there. There is explained about the server status. So red means the server is full, no one can migrate in there. Crowded means you are a little bit more there than a normal average. Active means you are in around average, and normal means you are a little bit below the average of other servers. So here you can read all that. You can read all the requirements, what it means to be. And here is also the migration status. The best is we show that directly over here when we go to the server soon. And here you see also the conditions, the power limits, how it will be, etc. I will cover that all maybe in a separate video. But for now, what you just have to know, when you have the possibility, you can just look here through the servers, through the numbers. For example, EIS is 61. You see already spaces remaining 172 from 300. That is pretty good. Dark and his leadership team did a lot of good recruitment here. And yeah, you see here other servers, their spaces remaining. So you can look what suits for you. But what I recommend you, before you migrate anywhere, talk to the leader and the leadership. You should not just do a migration and expect they will accept you, because the big alliances, they have conditioned what they expect when you join them. Also, you have to figure out if that is the suitable alliance for you. You have to get a feeling how they are. You have to make a little bit of research. That is my opinion, what you have to do before you make that decision. And here you always see different possibilities. When it's green, migration permitted, then you can just directly jump into the server. There is no restrictions. But as I said, I would recommend you talk to the leadership before. Orange means application required. So you can apply to the server, but the king have to give you the approval that you can join. Applying for immigration, you're applying to the server. I don't even know what is that. I think you can just apply and then they will look through the list. And red is cannot migrate. But I think green, orange, red are the ones you see. And I know there were some bugs going on. That's why some servers have to keep it on red and just keep it only open when some new people join, because they had the orange thing, application required, was not working properly. So they had to think that they had only limited time windows where you can go. So this is the whole process like it works. And you see here when I, for example, click on any other server, let me go to a green server that I can show you. I have here a 90 days cooldown. So after you migrate it, you are 90 days locked on the server where you are. You can't migrate anywhere. So for me, it shows here still the cooldown. But if I would have not a cooldown, and I'm sorry, there was so much going on, I couldn't screen record my clickings because, yeah, it was just such a fast decision and so much going on that I totally forgot about to screen record it. But here will be a button migration. And there you can click and then you automatically leave your alliance and have the application out. And that's why I say you have to talk to the leader because he has to be online to accept you, etc. And that is the things you have just to know. And here you see some migration requirements. So I can only go to a server must be in BIP2, destination server has not filled its season, etc., etc. City level 16, and you can only migrate to servers who are in the pre-war phase. So, and that was for me a reason too. I didn't know how it will be maybe in future, how will be the generation 1 servers be in a KVK and how will we be in a KVK and when I can migrate out. So it was for me just this chance and yeah, I decided to take it. So when we look at it also, how much will the migration cost? I want to go into that real quick. We got 5 passports permits for free from the game when they announced the cross-server migration. And you have it also here, what you have to know in your Alliance store. You can weekly buy 1 passport for 400k of this Alliance points. So that is from the timeline we had. I got the 5 free permits and I got 2 weeklies of that. So I had 7 passports and the rest for us now, we had to buy from the packs which are out. And when we look here into the great value bundles, on the end, you see the Glorious Journey Pack. That is where you can get the migrate permits. It also gives you some training speed ups, some resources, honor points, some gems. So this is the place where you can get the packs. And this pack is like the common pack structure, $5, $10, $20, $50, $100. And you can get the $100 3 times. And this pack, Glorious Journey, refreshes every month. So when we look at it here, what are the permits and the passports you need? It depends on your power. So it kind of depends on how much power your account had. And that is also a thing. So when you plan to migrate and you also plan a push on your account, do it after the migration, because when you do it before the migration and you have more power, you maybe go to the next scale and have to pay more passports for the migration. That is the first tip I give you. And you see here, my power was 58 million. I have a lot of train speed ups, but I had to use 15 permits. So for me, it was like I had to buy the 5, the 10, and the 20 pack. So here you can see how it goes up. I would always try to stay when you are a player who is over the 100. There it's 60 passports and everything more is the same. But you see here, I think for the free-to-play, they definitely get 1 free cross-migration. And I kind of like that they have that possibility, because with the weekly passports they can get and the 5 one they had, even with the 5 free one they got, 40 million player can migrate 1 time for free. So, but yeah, it gets, in my opinion, the middle players are a little bit, they have here, when you see 60 million, 20 to 25, 70 million, 30 to 35, 80 million, 40 to 45, here it gets expensive. So if you can stay a little bit before the next border comes, it makes it definitely better. And what I have also prepared for you here is that you see it, the migration bundles, how many passports they have. So the $5 pack give you 1 passport, the $10 pack give you 2 passports, the $20 pack give you 4 passports, the $50 pack 8 passports, and the $100 pack 15 passports. So I had my 7 I got already, and I had to buy the 8 I needed. So or did I had it already? I think I had already 8. Maybe it was already refreshed, but I was definitely fine with the 5, 10, and 20 bundle, I guess. Or did I have to buy 1, 5 more? Something like that. But for me, it was with my power, when you look at it with 58 million, it was 15 permits. So that is the thing how migration works. And when you go into that, what I showed you earlier, where you can do the migration, what you also have to keep in mind, you will lose all your open resources, which are above the storehouse reserves. So everything I had above 2.3 million gold, 1.9 million wood, and 2.7 million ore was lost. And you have to confirm that. They will ask you, do you confirm that you agree with the conditions that your resources are lost? You have to type in the delete button, and then your resources are finally gone. So that is also a thing. Please make sure when you want to migrate, don't open all your gold, all your wood, all your ore. I was the happiest that mana is with that storehouse reserves, that there is no limit, because you see 1.7 billion mana, that is for my push, that is for my healing for the next season. I'm so glad that at least the mana stays, because I was a person a long time who opened the mana directly, because whatever happens, mana cannot be getting out. So I'm glad that stayed. But that is a little bit info how the process works for you if you still have the thoughts. And please let me know in the comments below that video, what are your thoughts about the migration process? Do you have any question how the migration works? Just keep it in. I'm pretty excited how others do that. I can only say for myself, at the end, good luck, HP. It was a pleasure to play with you, and I wish you all the very best. And thank you to EIS. Thanks for having me. Thanks, Doc. Thanks to the leadership team. Thanks to the whole team there who welcomed me so warmly. I am hyped. I'm so hyped for the next KVK and play here. And let's have the best fun. That is what these kind of games are for. And I can tell you guys out there, you have always to make your own decision. It's your time, it's your money you spend in the game. So you have to decide for your own what is best for you. So with that being said, I wish you all a beautiful day. I will take 2 or 3 days, maybe a little bit, to figure all out here in EIS. It's a lot when you are in a new alliance, and especially when it's such a big alliance. I just want to get to know the people more. They are all so welcoming and all talk a lot. So I want to just get into that, enjoy a little bit the vibes. So before my next YouTube content comes out, I just want to enjoy a little bit, be here, figure all out, get in touch with everyone, and enjoy the EIS vibes. So yeah, have a good time, happy gaming, and much love, your princess.